Pause and start reaching for something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we good whenever.
Stay over there, bro.
What are you doing?
Just stay over there.
What are
We
you doing?
focused.
You're focused. You're focused playing in your pockets. Crazy.
So listen,
This guy.
we were
Just like they're mine.
we're going through some stuff online, and we came across this most recent. I don't know who to give the credit to, but it was damn, I can't remember who it was because I did know who it was. Might have been Variety, but they had the Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, and on the Mount Rushmore itself, it was Austin, John Cena, Undertaker, and Hulk Hogan. So I'm gonna say those four names again. It was Austin, John Cena, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, right? So with that Mount Rushmore, I know everybody's subject to their own views, and that's not official to me at all. And I have my reasons for it. But DJ, if you had your own Mount Rushmore of the four greatest, the founding fathers, because that's what the Mount
know where this
Rushmore
is
is.
gonna go.
The Mount Rushmore is founding fathers. Like, you know, they transitioned, they moved forward the culture, right? They impacted the culture to what it is today. Who are your four on Mount
Why you
Rushmore?
looking at me like that for?
I'm waiting.
We're waiting.
Damn.
Go ahead, DJ.
I would say The Rock for sure.
The Rock.
Is number one. Damn. That,
No numbers, you know, Mount
yeah,
Rushmore,
yeah,
so
my
everybody
bad.
gets their own
My bad.
equal
Rock.
space.
I would say Shawn Michaels.
Nice.
My guy Razor Ramon.
Okay.
Because you got to add. You know what I mean? And the fourth one is Undertaker for sure.
So say it for again.
Rock, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Undertaker.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bobo Brazil for you?
No, it's
Chase.
Johnny B. Bad.
Chase, who you?
African American legend.
Macho Man.
Art
The greatest
Anderson.
black wrestler ever.
This nigga gonna choose Bob
crazy.
Backlund. Go ahead, bro. Who you gonna choose?
Bob Backlund's
Right,
out of
watch.
control.
All right.
Look,
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
trash.
Got
He
to.
got to be on there.
Got
No.
to. I'm shocked you didn't have him on there.
I would never put him on there.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
John Cena.
John Cena.
We already do that.
And we're just talking modern.
Nigga, just get to it.
Roman Reigns.
So same again.
What?
Hulk Hogan.
Overtaker?
All day. John Cena.
Throw his list away, please.
Stone
See,
Cold
he don't
Steve
even know-
Austin.
he don't even know who he chose.
And Roman Reigns.
I gotta ask you, what's up with the Roman Reigns?
Exactly.
Because he carried the company for
The last 10 years?
I'd say the last 5.
5
so
years.
We were at WrestleMania. When he came out, everybody stood up and put their ones up. And just because you're a great wrestler, like Shawn Michaels is a great wrestler, but he didn't move the culture.
Stop
This
it.
era right here
Stop it.
is
Shut
Roman
up.
Reigns'
Can we-
culture. Is Roman Reigns'
So
culture.
what was DX?
Stone Cold was bigger than DX. That's a fact. Stone Cold moved those tickets more so than The Rock, more so than DX, more so than all
He
those
was the
guys.
biggest cash grab ever
Yes.
in wrestling in WWE
Yes.
history. Okay.
Hulk Hogan, you can't deny Hulk Hogan. Come on, John Cena held the company together
Here you go.
for.
Here you go.
But these are facts.
Okay.
These are not your biases. You know, because he's a white rapper.
He's a company guy, this guy. Company guy, huh? Company
You know?
guy, huh?
Fair enough.
Let me ask you a question real
Be a
quick.
fan.
Oh,
of,
let me-
not
I'm
the
being
business.
a fan.
What
Those
else?
are your four. As a fan of wrestling.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
talking-
actually as a fan of wrestling. I'm not talking about the money.
Wait, hold on,
As a
hold on.
fan of
Wait,
wrestling.
can't move the
wait.
goalposts.
Yeah.
I know
Because
the
it's
goalposts.
not
You're
fair.
moving the goalposts.
It's
Hold on,
all right.
I'll explain. Because I said founding fathers of wrestling, meaning they made an impact. I explained in the beginning.
Made an impact.
They changed the culture to what it is today.
Trash.
So his explanation was the culture is what it is today because of the last 5 years of Roman Reigns. There is a possibility there because of the bloodline has been the biggest thing in wrestling over the last half a decade. So,
And then
good
let me
point.
ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
During the pandemic era, who was holding it down?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Empty arenas and everything. He was must-see TV when it came to wrestling.
Empty arenas. WWE.
Pinned two legends in the main event of wrestling on top of each other.
Yeah.
on their last match in the WWE. Pinned them on top of each other.
Nigga, they old,
Get out of
nigga.
here.
Just like John Cena's old.
That's your
nigga.
excuse for everything.
I'm saying.
Oh,
But they're old, bro.
nigga.
How you put it? That's putting someone over the top.
All right, so
Is he picking anyone that's in the prime?
Hold on.
No, he's trash.
Hold on. DJ, out of control. Serge, your
Nigga
Mount
just be
Rushmore.
talking.
My Mount Rushmore.
Razor Ramon.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
All right, so obviously it's gonna start off with my favorite, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and Ric Flair.
Say it again.
Undertaker,
Hulk Hogan,
The Rock,
The Rock,
and Ric Flair.
and Ric Flair. Cool.
Ric
I
Flair.
respect that. It's very close to mine, actually. Really, really strong. They all had their impact in the culture. So very cool. Very cool.
Rick got edged out. For me, he was almost on my list.
Yeah.
He's gotta be on my
He's
list.
100% on mine.
Ric Flair.
So I'll break down mine. So it's pretty similar to almost all of yours. So first one has to be Stone Cold, in my opinion. Like he's the biggest money grab. I would do the Mount Rushmore where it's
I
like,
left him off mine for The Rock.
yeah, like I would put Stone Cold over The Rock.
All day.
Then
I feel you. I feel you. It's just my personal.
The
The
second
Rock.
face on there would kind of have a do-rag, but it's split in half. So one side of the do-rag would be yellow and red. The other side would be black and white. It would be a Hollywood Hulk Hogan slash on that second face on the Mount Rushmore. My third face on the Mount Rushmore has to be the Woo himself, Ric Flair. And then my fourth face on Mount Rushmore. No one said their name, but I'm going to say it. Mr. McMahon himself.
Well, he created the culture.
Exactly. So those will be my four on the Mount
Look at this guy
Rushmore.
beside himself.
Hold on.
Crazy.
Real quickly though, I do want to get a Mount Rushmore of Ronnie.
Ronnie, what's your Mount Rushmore? Because you got it. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was going to say Ric Flair. So I'm proud of y'all. Because he's definitely on this.
Yeah.
The Rock, because he's the one who built this whole momentum of being able to perform and talk and the mic. Hulk Hogan and Sting. Y'all gotta get Sting. Like face paint.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sting was
Look,
WCW.
Look.
Yup.
Sting.
Yeah.
Yo, but you know what?
Look.
Ted is the biggest hater of WCW because growing up,
No.
I was
It's
no.
Wait, my fault. My fault. Wait.
I
Wait,
can
so
tell
you
you
said
more
who
about
was it?
WCW
Hulk
than
Hogan, The Rock, Ric Flair, and
And
Sting.
Sting. Ooh,
Sting's
that's
great.
solid. That is solid.
Ain't nobody in modern times could be in the Mount Rushmore. That's not what the Mount Rushmore is.
So, but
Mount
the
Rushmore
thing
is
about
what
it-
was built by.
That's a good point.
The
My
only
fault.
point.
One more time. Who was it?
Listen, you ready to get down?
Yeah, because I'm trying to put this shit up.
Sting.
And Ric Flair.
So,
Nice
I
pick.
know better wrestling than y'all niggas, man.
so the thing about it is the question was the culture.
Here we go.
That was the culture. Sting, great. If we talking WCW all day, Sting's on there.
Wrestling.
If we're talking wrestling, like there's no bigger thing than WWE. There has been no bigger thing than WWF except for those 83 weeks, right? If we're being honest.
So,
But Sting transcended that. My bad.
but that's the thing. Like, you can't put all your eggs in one basket and just say WWE is the end all be all.
It's
That's-
not that it's the end all be all, but
We're
it's
talking
clearly
culture.
It's the mothership.
It's
It's
like
the mothership.
yeah,
It's the mothership, but there is life outside the mothership.
Of course.
There is wrestling
Absolutely.
influence outside of WWE.
Facts.
There is wrestling culture that exists for wrestling and wrestling, which we love, that does not have the name or the insignia or the trademark of WWE on it.
True.
We got our New Japan, we got our Ring of Honor, we got all of that. We got AEW.
True.
And shout out to all those productions because they have great wrestlers that are part of those productions as well that we enjoy. You
So
know?
the caveat was this, right? For me, the culture, right? Ric Flair, great, amazing. And if we're talking about wrestling culture, like the wrestlers that we love today, Ric Flair's on that Mount Rushmore every day of the week.
Agreed.
Every day of the week because everybody is his child, more so than Hulk Hogan. Everybody is Ric Flair's kid, right? But if we're talking about culture, and I'm thinking about ticket sales, money, how they got people to get into wrestling and watch wrestling, Ric Flair didn't do that. He didn't do that during the 80s. And that's just being honest. He did not do that. Now, people watched him, definitely. But the guy who was doing that during the 80s...
Listen, the thing is, the trademark Woo and who Ric Flair was and what he represented, that man is still recognized today.
Mm-hmm. Which is true.
So that's the only point I'm going to make. But I'm going to leave it right there because we got to move on.
Wow. Thank you.
Finishing move frenzies.
Crazy.
Finishing move frenzies. We about to go crazy real
This
quick.
guy saying Razor Ramon. Oh, go ahead.
So, I mean, Razor Ramon changed the culture. He's a part of the NWO, which is
That wasn't Razor
how
Ramon.
Come on, man.
That was terrible.
It's
That was
not
a
terrible.
trailblazer.
Come on.
He was a trailblazer for real.
It's not terrible.
But
Stay with me, though. All right? Everybody stay with me. Finishing move frenzy. We're about to do a quick frenzy on finishing moves. I'm going to propose a
Just leave it
question.
on this side.
I'm going to propose a question, and you only get one answer to this, all right? So I'll give you a second to think about it. Think about it while I'm describing it, right? Which move best represents a wrestler's character? Which is has to be the most devastating move? And who has the best collection of finishers? Signatures and finishers. All right. So it's two-sided, but it has to represent one person. Because when you think about it on the first end, it was like most devastating finisher, everybody's going to say Stone Cold the Stunner.
no.
But like he has signature moves too, like jumping on you with the Lou press and punching you in the face, and then the middle fingers with the elbow drop and all that. Cool, if that's what you want to do. But that's what I'm asking. Who has the best package? Pause. of devastating finishes.
Wow. But yeah, so I mean, it's a couple different parts. But I think a move that represents the best wrestler, I'm gonna have to go with you. I think it's Austin. The Stone Cold Stunner is the most iconic move, so I think it represents him the most.
But you throw in his signatures and everything, and
no. That's just the first.
So
part.
you're building your perfect wrestler.
No.
You choose one wrestler.
Oh, gotcha.
Just one wrestler
for all
that
three?
encompasses all three.
Okay, that wasn't the. Okay,
No,
that
that's what
wasn't
he said.
the.
That's what he said.
Yes.
There's only one.
He wasn't listening.
No. Because
There's only one.
my
There's only
intention
one.
was different. It was different.
Baloney.
No. So if it's one wrestler to put all of these, it's gonna be my favorite. It's Undertaker.
Between
the last ride,
the choke slam,
tombstone,
the last ride,
choke slam,
the tombstone,
the dragon sleeper.
the dragon sleeper.
He has something for everybody.
Okay.
And he's shown through these decades, like he's able to move with the times. Like he had to finish with the tombstone. The last ride became his thing for a minute, and I think it was a great move for that time period. Then to go back to the tombstone, you always have the choke slam if you have a really big wrestler that you can't lift up.
Right.
I think he has the total package.
Cool.
All around.
Cool.
And it's representative of his character.
That's a fact. That's actually a really good choice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that one. That's dope. Ted, I kind of already know who you're gonna say, so I'm just gonna throw out the moves: the bionic clothesline and the good old leg drop.
Right, exactly.
No, it ain't a spine buster? Is that a spine buster?
No.
Right.
Hulk Hogan?
No.
Here you go.
No.
Oh,
Figure 4 leg lock.
Randall Keith Orton. Right?
I like
all
that.
his moves
I like that.
get a pop.
Talk about it.
Everyone.
talk about it.
All the signatures.
It's about
The
time to say
RKO.
something intelligent on this podcast. I
Bro,
appreciate
you
you,
said
sir.
Razor Ramon.
I
so
appreciate you.
shut up.
I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, Razor Ramon is
Hold
on
on. First of all, relax. No negative
Razor
talk
Ramon is
about
nice.
it.
I like
Like,
Razor. I
that's
like
what I'm
Razor. I
saying.
like
You gotta
Razor. He's too
relax.
cool. Come on,
Wow.
man.
Come on, man.
Continue.
If
You
I had
were on a good run.
if I had my mouthpiece on me, right? Pause.
Whoa.
Crazy.
But hey, you be too thick.
Anyway.
Toothpick. I said mouthpiece. That's crazy.
Mouthpiece. Wow.
Oh,
Jeez.
man. He said if I had my mouthpiece on right
Jeez,
now.
all y'all glazing now.
No,
Anyway.
nigga, only you.
Wait. No,
You have an
glazing
intelligent
too.
take.
So
You have
let's
an
go.
intelligent
Let's go,
take.
Yeah.
Chase.
So I always have one.
Not a
Thank you.
chance.
Good take though. Let's hear it.
Oh,
So
man.
the hanging DDT, right?
Okay.
The RKO. At one point it was the Orton stop, but now it's the Luthez press.
Even the punt.
Even the punt.
Even the punt.
All that stuff is synonymous with him, and it gets a pop every time he does it. If he comes out of nowhere with it, if he sets it up,
That's a great
all
pick.
that.
That's a great
like
pick.
That's the best finisher.
more
That's
so,
great-
more so
yeah.
than anybody, right? We could name whoever. Nobody gets the crowd pumped up like that because it comes out of nowhere.
That's fair.
And he's shown it on multiple occasions that it comes out of nowhere. Like,
and JR, RKO, RKO, RKO. And I would put it ahead of the stunner only because it's a variation. It's the same thing. It's like the diamond cutter. It's the same thing.
A cutter.
Right? But all those moves in conjunction, what's happening.
I think
do you think that is the best representation of Randy Orton, though? Because the question was the best representation of the wrestler and most devastating move.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
because there are kids who do RKOs.
It's still up to you.
Like on videos.
Yeah, I always thought that like Randy Orton might have been like too tall for that move.
Oh, did you like his original move, that overdrive? You didn't like that?
No. And then they used to have when people fell. You remember the videos where people fell and they would have Randy's face just pop up, and then
it'd be like a little fake RKO thing that show Randy.
Oh my gosh, RKO out of nowhere.
So DJ, let's hear it.
I would say the most underrated wrestler that we never talk about is probably Kurt Angle.
With the movesets.
Yeah.
Ankle lock.
Yeah.
Olympic slam.
Yeah. Suplexes.
German suplexes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Moonsault, I think like the most complete. I feel like he's the most slept on WWE superstar ever. He doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But I would say his entire like collection of moves I think are top tier for sure.
Yeah. Facts. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was stuck between two, so I don't know if I should even say. If I say one,
you see King Hater?
I don't know if I should say the other one.
No, just say
both.
Good
take though.
Say your main one because I got a backup too.
You got a backup too?
I got a backup.
All right, so I'll say my name. Oh man, it's kind of like it's like 50-50, man.
Which one are you leaning towards? Give both. Give both.
So the one that I'm not gonna use, but the one I was leaning towards was Booker T.
With the bookend,
the bookend, the spinneroonie, the scissor kick,
yeah,
the spin off the top rope,
the Harlem Hangover,
the Harlem Hangover.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like that moveset was just
that's good.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's good.
But when you talk about underrated, most devastating move for a wrestler, something that fit the character. Have you guys ever actually seen the Steiner recliner?
That's my guy.
The Steiner press.
Yeah. Big Papa Pump.
This man will pick you up in the air to suplex you and drop you on your freaking head. They made that move illegal. The Steiner, the Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
The Frankensteiner.
Like
when he would, the Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. The Hurricane Rana, the Frankensteiner.
On the fly,
yeah. Like super
big
athletic.
Muscular man.
He's super muscular dude.
That move.
Yeah.
That's why it's the Frankensteiner.
Yeah, he's the first guy to do a 450 splash.
Yes.
Scott
A lot of
Steiner?
people, yes.
You got to see the video.
First one
It's
to
crazy.
do it. Like when you talk about super athletic, a devastating looking wrestler.
I think
like,
that nigga got CTE right now.
You
he was
look,
on
you look
CVV.
at him and he looks scary, right?
Yeah.
And he's not the tallest guy, but he's damn sure
Like 5'11", right?
Yeah, like he's gonna get in there and he's gonna get, you wouldn't be you expect him to have the title.
Yeah.
Looking like that, right?
My favorite move from him was that belly to belly.
Hell
belly
yeah.
to belly.
Hell
He
yeah.
would turn
and then
around
spin
with
you around once before he slams you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my number one.
That's fair. I like that.
go ahead.
So yeah,
Who's
Scott Steiner is my number
dig
one.
that.
Who was your backup? Who's your
Booker T was my backup.
Booker T. Okay.
What was your backup?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, the elbow.
The super kick, the elbow.
Woo.
I mean, that's
The sharpshooter?
iconic.
Yo,
Yeah,
and
it's a
honestly,
sharpshooter.
those three moves is all you need.
Well, no,
Yeah.
honestly, but also, all right, another backup. No. Devastating. No, because it was initially thought with three different wrestlers, but devastating, the F5.
F5, okay.
I like the F5.
Yeah, but there's no other moves for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, fair.
Except for the suplex.
Suplex,
City.
the
Well, he
F5.
does like an ankle lock too, or a hurricane.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't
when
do
we were
that.
talking,
Yeah,
I
he
think
does
that
like
just
doesn't he do like a hurricane choke out or something like that?
No, he'll just choke you out.
The Brock. You talk about the
No,
leg?
he'll do the
he did that one time.
The Kimura. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but Brock
because he's
is-
MMA.
Yeah.
The thing with Brock is he's just gigantic. He's a beast of a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Beast
Who can
incarnate.
Slam you and throw you, do whatever he wants. When he's throwing Big Show's big ass all over the place, you don't need setup moves.
I'm surprised that one name wasn't brought up, like to fit a character for most devastating. But I gotta know, what's your backup before I go there?
I don't. Come back to me, please.
Okay, pause. What about you?
Like most devastating. It would have to be. I would give it to Stone Cold
Okay.
because he
I
got
give
a
you
pop
that.
for those moves.
That was his number one.
Yeah.
Nobody, and I'm coming to you too, Ronnie, but nobody said Goldberg.
Oh, Goldberg was his, and he had 4 moves. No, 5.
Nah,
He had 5.
The one where
all
he
you
like,
needed is a
and
spear.
then you only
and
needed
a
two.
pull.
Slams you.
Nigga, you only needed
And
two.
then the
nigga.
other one he spins you with spears you.
Steve, you only needed the spear and the jacket.
That's
Nothing
it.
else.
Yeah, but
he had-
Nothing
He
else.
had,
That's it.
he had a
He had
good
the
5
press
moves
when
where
he-
he would knee you and then flip you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need that.
But you didn't need it. But those
You didn't
moves,
need that.
I mean, for the devastating.
that time.
He might be.
He might be
That's
the one.
That's the best
Mount
spear
Rush,
ever.
Is he Mount
Easy.
Rushmore?
No.
In terms of,
Oh,
is he not Mount
He's
Rushmore?
WCW Mount Rushmore.
WCW
not
Mount
wrestling
Rushmore.
Mount
You don't
Rushmore.
think? Okay.
He'd
Okay.
probably be like
He's
10th on
WCW
the
Mount
list.
Rushmore.
right.
Of
He'd be
what?
he's
Of
10
what?
on the list
Yeah.
Okay.
of Mount Rushmore only because of what he did for WCW after the NWO fizzled out. They were talking about Goldberg.
Yeah.
He's you can't take that away from
He was the most anticipated
nice.
wrestler from WCW
To come over.
to debut on WWE.
Got
'Cause
you.
remember, he was like one of the last ones to debut. It took him like 2 years to get over there because he stayed home under the
He
contract.
wasn't even part of that whole storyline.
Exactly.
He came on his own.
Yeah.
So when he showed up, it kind of like shook the building, you know.
I think if he
Vince
would have
McMahon
came
fumbled the
on
bag
time,
on the WCW invasion. He fumbled the bag
Yes.
big time.
You think so?
But that's a whole nother podcast.
Kinda
That's a
Yeah.
different.
Ronnie, Mount Rushmore, what you got? Oh no, wrestling moves. Most
Mine is
devastating.
The Rock.
The Rock.
The people's elbow, rock bottom.
And every time he did somebody else's move,
Yeah.
it was
It looked
dead.
good. It looked good. Nah, that's
Yo,
fair.
he was the king of stellar
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
He put right in punch.
Yeah.
Everything he did was like,
When he did the Ric Flair joint?
Yeah, what he did.
Oh yeah.
For those of you at home that didn't see it, Ronnie spit in his hand and he came back with the punch. Signature.
Nah.
Oh,
Classic Rock.
Honorable mention:
Here we go.
Triple H.
I mean, he had the knee.
He had that jump
the
in there.
pedigree.
Yo.
But those wasn't like devastating.
No. I think for both
On the
Mount
sidewalk
Rushmore
slam,
and
too.
moves, Triple H should be considered.
Sledgehammer.
The sidewalk slam was cool.
Spine buster,
Or the spine buster. my
spine
bad.
buster,
The knee,
the knee drop, the knee pull, the knee, the pedigree.
I don't know, man. I think that shit was whack.
He had a couple.
That shit was whack.
It wasn't devastating. Maybe the
wasn't
pedigree.
devastating.
Yeah. Maybe the pedigree.
Like,
Sledgehammer was the most devastating.
Yeah.
but that was a symbol.
All right, we about to go.
Listen,
That was his move.
y'all let us know at home. Leave a message in the comments, like and subscribe. We run it.
The running.
The running.
We
It don't
out of here,
matter.
fam.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.